everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is episode 10 of Chattin with Alana, and if you don't know, if you've watched all of episode 9, this is a continuation of episode 9 because it's a pretty long video, so I wanted to get a chance to where I can make 2 videos, and I'm going to post these almost back to back, probably a day or 2 in between. But today we are going to talk about Matt and I had taken a trip to, not a trip, we went to Indiana for a little bit, and then fast forward a couple weeks, we went to Wisconsin. And this was just a me and him getting out of the house kind of thing. The trip to Wisconsin does have a little bit of a purpose because we are looking at property up there to buy woods, a little cabin, a vacation place. And so we drove up there. But to start this portion, or the Chattin with Alana 10 off, I am going to start with the stuff I got from Indiana. Now, this isn't a lot of things to show you. This is mainly stuff he wanted, and because I have one of those Addy knitting machines, and those things whip out a hat in no time. And he is a hat wearer. He never goes out of the house without a hat. Either a stocking hat or a baseball hat. Well, in the fall, spring, and winter, he's always got a stocking hat on. So he's like, ooh, I want one out of this color. I want one out of this color. So, in Indiana, we went to Joann's. And Joann's had, what was the sale? They had a sale on all Lion Brand yarn. I can't remember what the sale was. Anyway, so he picked out all this yarn that he wants me to make him hats out of. So he picked out Lion Brand Heartland. That light is a little bright. That's a little bit better. He picked out Lion Brand Heartland, and that is, I love this yarn. This is some nice yarn. Let's see, it is 5 ounces, 142 grams, 251 yards, or 230 meters, 100% acrylic, machine wash and lay flat. I personally would not, well, it says machine washable and dryable. I never run anything I make through the dryer, ever. I just hang it up or lay it flat on towels to dry. Never do I dry anything. Okay, so this is made in Turkey. It recommends a 6mm hook, 5.5 millimeter knitting needles, and it's a 4-weight yarn. Now this is the color Glacier Bay. It's a really pretty blue. I think that's a pretty blue. It's almost got like hints of a darker blue through it. I don't know if you can see that. I like that color. That's a pretty color. But I think we got 2 of those. Yeah, we got 2 of those. I think I got 2 of each color that he wanted. Now this is still, and this is all going to be Heartland, so all of the information I gave you is going to be the same on this. But this is the color Olympic. Now that's a darker shade of the one I just showed you, a darker shade of blue. It almost looks like a pair of blue jeans. Like, it almost looks like a pair of blue jeans. That's how I would say the blue is. That's a really pretty one too. Alright, so the next one he picked out is Black Canyon. Now it's almost like a tweed. Like the yarn has now here we go. Now you can see it. The lighter color run through the yarn. I like this too. He'll love them. Alright, now we picked out Kings Canyon, and that is like a hunter green color. I would compare it to probably evergreen trees or something like that. Very pretty, pretty, pretty green. Then he picked, you know, I don't know if he picked this one or if I did. Maybe I wanted the hat out of this. But this is Hot Springs purple. And it's such a vibrant purple too. It's really, it's not as shiny as it's looking on camera. It's not quite that shiny, but it's still freaking pretty. I love this purple. I don't remember if he wanted the hat out of that or if I wanted it. I don't know. Well, then he picked out Yosemite. It's like a burnt orange color. There, he loves orange. His favorite color is orange. I don't have a favorite color. I like all colors. I know that sounds kind of generalized, but I do. Some days I may, like, I love, some days I might just feel like I like a different, I don't know. I sound like a dork. I'm gonna stop talking. I like all colors. I don't have a favorite color. I like anything. And the last colors he picked out, Sequoia. So this is a brown copper. Copper is the perfect description. It's a brown copper color. I feel like back here is a better, but yeah, it's pretty. I like this. This is probably my favorite one, is the copper colored one. So that's what he picked out for his hats. And then okay, so before I get too far into this, what video was it? Is it Chattin with Alana 8? My niece helped me. And she talked about all kinds of stuff she wanted in that video. Well, one of the things that she had mentioned was a hat and scarf set. Well, I sat down and I have, in my mind, I don't think I had actually seen anyone make exactly what I made. I've seen variations of it, but I wanted mine to be a certain way. And I sat down and I made one, didn't like it, and as you guys know, those are my rough drafts. I didn't like it, so I frogged it all back out, started again. I made another one, didn't like it. And this whole time I'm taking notes. Okay, well, I like this aspect of this first rough draft. I like this aspect of this second rough draft. Pull it all out again, and then make it again using the concepts I've made out of, it could be 4, 5, 6 rough drafts. And I finally come up with one that I like. So if you guys, if you haven't seen that, I just got an itch. If you guys haven't seen that, it's in, no, I didn't show you the hat in the video. I showed it on my Facebook. I took a picture and showed it on Facebook. So you guys are going to have to join my Facebook, or join my Facebook group, follow me on Instagram or on Twitter, and I posted pictures on there of the hat I designed. But I'm going to design a somewhat matching scarf because I don't think you can actually do that stitch. Like, that stitch is only going to be all okay for the round. I'm going to try to come up with another way to do it back and forth for a matching scarf too. But I wanted glittery yarn. I want it because I'm going to make this for me. I'm going to wear this through the fall and winter. Well, probably not fall, but through the winter. So I wanted it to be glittery yarn. So I found at Joann's, who was this made by? I got it from Joann's. It's called Big Twist, and it's Twinkle. It's 380 yards, 6 ounces, 347 meters, 170 grams. It says it'll take 1 for a hat, 1 for a scarf. I like this. This is very helpful. So take 3 for a sweater and 6 for a blanket. It's a 4-weight. They recommend a 5mm hook. I wouldn't do that. And it recommends a 5mm knitting needles. Machine wash. Never put anything that I make in the dryer. I always just lay it flat or hang it up. And it is the color white. And I got 2 of those. Now let's see if I can make them glitter. Ooh. one. Uh-oh. Shut it off. Oh, you can kind of see it, right? No? Well, it shut it off because I pushed the wrong button. Duh, Alana. There you can kind of see it glittering. So it's 97% acrylic, 3% polyester. So you can see that polyester is what's making it shine, making it glitter. But I got 2 in white. And then I got 2 in, you can definitely see it on this, 2 in gray. Probably end up making my final draft, the one I do the tutorial in the gray. But I got 2 of those, and I got me some more size 3 crochet thread. And I got some kitchen yarn. Is that better? I think that's better. So I got some kitchen yarn, and I've got an idea that I haven't tried yet. Hopefully I get around to it. But what I thought about doing is making a kitchen scrubby, a wash rag, something to that effect, like to wash dishes with. But I thought about using either, so I'd make it out of this, the cotton yarn, and then combining this with it, or combining this with it, or combining these two. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. It was kind of, I was looking at all this yarn and that ran through my mind, so I picked it up and threw it in the cart. But I just got sugar and cream, Lily's sugar and cream. It's a 4-weight, 100% cotton. So I got that, and then I got a matching Red Heart scrubby. I don't know if this, it's 92 yards, 100% polyester. So I got that, and then I got the Scrubby Sparkle, which is 100% polyester. So I'd probably more than likely have to just make it straight out of, or I mean mix it with this with cotton, not this with that. I don't know. I haven't, like I said, I haven't made it that far. It's just what went through my mind. We'll see. I might come up with something cool. Anyhow, so I got those 3. And then, so I was commissioned, I think I put a picture on my Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I don't remember. I was commissioned to make a pair of tiny little roller skates that can be hung from your rearview mirror. So I had to make the tiniest pom-poms I have ever made. Well, I don't have very small pom-pom makers. Clover pom-pom makers are the best. I love those. It's all I have. But I didn't have pom-pom makers small enough to make them. So I had to use the smallest one I had and then dang near trim it completely down to the yarn that you use to tie the pom-pom off with. So they had these ultra tiny little pom-pom makers. So I bought them. It says 3/4 of an inch and an inch. Extra small. These will be fun. Perfect. So yeah, that is all I got at Joann's in Indiana, Terre Haute. It's not far away from me, about an hour maybe, I think. I don't know. We never go to Indiana. We always go to we're closer to Missouri, so we will go, an hour away to Missouri, then we go into St. Louis and over around that area. Indiana, we just never really go that direction. And that day he said, you know, let's go somewhere we hardly ever go. Let's go to Terre Haute. It's like, I'm game. Let's go. So those little pom pom makers. And like I said, that's all I got from there. And then we, you know, you fast forward a month, a couple weeks, and we went to Wisconsin. Now, the end of that, my Chattin with Alana 9, I tell you guys, on the way to, because we went to, like, so we drove past Chicago, or not past Chicago, but like the suburbs of Chicago, went up into Wisconsin, and then where we went was all the way north to the very, very tip of Wisconsin by Lake Superior. It's a little town called Ashland, Wisconsin. And that's where we went. Well, to get all the way up there, you drive past a city called Stevens Point, Wisconsin. So I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and we're just driving along. Yeah, I want to pause that because I want to tell you guys something. I want to know if I'm the only one that's this way. So when we take long trips like that, like we drove to Atlanta, Tennessee, you know, southern Tennessee, northern Tennessee, you know, Indiana, Missouri, Wisconsin. When we drive places like that, I can't crochet while we're driving. And the reason being is, one, those long trips, I feel bad for him because, you know, he's just sitting there staring at the road and traffic. You know, he doesn't get to listen to the radio, and he doesn't, you know, get to do anything other than that. I feel bad for that. That's one reason why I don't crochet while we're on long drives like that. I take it with me, and I have every intention to do it. I just don't. And then the second reason I don't is because I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at store, you know, like when we're driving past a city or through a city. I'm looking at what's going on outside. I'm looking at, you know, cars on the interstate. I'm looking at the trees. You know, I might see a deer on the side of the road. I'm looking at everything, and I don't know. I want to crochet while we're driving. I just don't. You know, and like I said, I took it with me. I took the little baby blanket I'm working on right now. I took that with me. I think I actually, on the way home, like when we got into the areas that, you know, normal everyday around home driving, I did crochet on it a little bit on the way home, you know, when we went through there. But I don't know. Am I the only one like that, or is there anyone else out there on my YouTube that that's that same way? I don't know. But anywho, so back to my story. We're driving through Wisconsin, and I'm just sitting there, you know, sitting there quiet, listening to the radio, and I'm looking around, and here comes this sign, this big billboard, and I look at it, and I'm like, Hershner's, that's cool. It's like, that said Hershner's, what? And he's like, oh God. And I was like, honey, Hershner's has a store? I had no idea, no clue. And I'm like, okay, did that really say Hershner's? So I got on my phone and I Googled it, and it's like, yes, Hershner's has a store in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, and we just drove by it. I said, honey, please, on the way home, can we stop? And he's like, because our intention was straight drive up there, 10 and a half, 11 hours, stop to pee, all that. Get back on the road, you know, heading there or home. And he goes, well, we'll see. What are they open on Sunday? You know, this and that. And I'm Googling. I'm like, yes, they're open on Sunday, 11 to 4. You know, if we can be in Stevens Point, you know, because we're still 3 hours away from where we needed to be. And he's like, if we can leave, you know, this early and it's open by the time we get here, you know, because I don't want to wait, even if it's a half an hour, I don't want to wait. I want to get home because we still had, you know, to get home on a Sunday night and get ready for work the next day. We had to get trash out, you know, girls are going to be home, all kinds of stuff. So we didn't have a lot of time to stop. But, so, start out my story. The reason we went to Wisconsin was because we were looking at property wood property to buy and build a little cabin on and have a vacation spot through the summer. And, you know, go from there. What we do with it after that, we don't know. We haven't decided. We just want somewhere that we can build. And I'm not talking like, You know, I'm not talking like a 4-room, full bath cabin. I'm talking outhouse. You don't have power. You don't have running water cabin. We're roughing it. This is roughing it cabin, you know. So we're driving up there and we're looking at this property. And Friday night, we got there all the way up in Ashland, Wisconsin. We get there and we're right on Lake Superior. Right on Lake Superior. So he goes inside and he starts talking to the owner. It's a husband and wife. And he starts talking to them. And I'm outside and I'm taking videos for our girls to show them because they didn't go with us. I'm taking videos to show them Lake Superior. And I call my dad and my stepmom and I'm talking to them. And I'm showing them the lake and everything. And I get off the phone and I go to the door. And Matt turns and looks at me. And he's like, it's just a screen door, you know. And he turns and looks and he says, honey, you can't come in here. Well, I thought, okay, you know, COVID, they don't want more than one person in there or whatever. All right, that's fine. I'm fine out here, you know. And he goes, no, honey, I'm serious. You cannot come in here. And I was like, I got it. I won't come in. And he goes, no, honey, don't come in here. He's like, you don't want to know what she does. And I'm like, yes, I do. What? What is it? And I knew it was yarn. I knew it was knitting, crocheting, yarn. So I'm like, oh yeah, I am coming in now. And I go in there and she has got the most beautiful knitted Afghans. I was like, oh, those are pretty. I really want one. Well, with it being us only being in Wisconsin, well, not in Wisconsin, but where we were going to be at for like 20 minutes, you know, I didn't want to go ahead and start spending money. I wanted to wait until, you know, closer to when we were going to leave because I didn't want to spend all my money in one place, right? So I'm looking at these Afghans and I'm like, man, they are pretty. She explained to me that her and her aunt, like her aunt knitted some and then she knitted some. And I wanted one really bad, but I didn't get it then. I waited. So Saturday, and we never met with we were going to meet with a realtor Sunday and look at the property, but we never got to because it was kind of, you know, on the edge of her seat deal and all that. But so Saturday we had all day to run around and do whatever we wanted to do because we were supposed to meet Sunday. So Saturday we went running around all these little towns around Ashland. We went like around a peninsula that went into Lake Superior and then came back to the town we were staying in. And we stopped at a couple little towns, and we stopped in one called Cornucopia. And then outside of, and they had smoked fish in Cornucopia. I am not a fish eater. If it's too fishy, I can't do it. But if it's just mild, I can do it. Well, they had the best smoked fish I had ever had. And Matt and I were just like eating it down. But anyway, so we went and hit up a couple of thrift stores, resale shops in, I don't remember if it was actually in Cornucopia or if it was another little town. I don't remember. But I'm going to show you guys what I got. So this first one, it was so cute inside. She did a good job of decorating this little thrift store, little bitty building. But I'm trying to everything's wrapped in newspaper. Okay, so as soon as I walked in there, and look, she gave us this little bag with it too. I've never had that. Usually they're in just grocery bags, but I was like, heck yeah, I'll take that. But as soon as I walked in, I saw this laying there. It is a doll with a knitted dress, and I picked it up, and I just realized I think her head's off, but that's okay. I can try to fix her and her arm. But I wanted it because it's like, it's been so long since I found a doll with knitted clothes or anything like that. So I grabbed her. Well, after I grabbed her, I got to looking and I realized there's something in the bottom. And this is the first time I'm opening it. I haven't seen it. Yeah, her head just came off. Dang it. That's alright. I can fix her. I can fix her. Her little arm came off. But it looks like, if you look right there, that looks like an old rubber band that held her head and her arms on. And I can fix that real easy. So yay for that. Yeah, see, the rubber band just came right out. Her legs, it's all one piece. Yay. Great. But look at the pretty little dress, and it's all crocheted. How pretty is that? Looks like it needs a wash. I might wash that by hand in dish soap. Oh, it's got a needle in it. It's got a little needle right there. See it? I just stabbed myself with the end of it. I wonder why she did that. Maybe holding this part on? I don't know. But, yay, I'm super happy with it. And then here is her head, and it looks like it was pinned on too. Just happened to see that. I don't know how this is supposed to lay. But, see the little piece right there? I don't know how that's supposed to be on there. Like, cause I don't know. But there's her little head. I will definitely fix her. If you guys follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I will post a picture. I'm gonna get her fixed pretty soon because she's cute. I love her. Okay, so now what is this little thing? You have got to be kidding me. Let me get close. Look at that little. How cute is that? It's just a tiny, tiny little plastic doll, and she crocheted shorts. Oh, its legs are movable. Wow. And then a little poncho thing, and a little bonnet. I am so happy I got this. Sorry, I don't mean to yell or get loud, but I love it. Aww. That is the cutest thing. I hadn't opened that bag. Like I said, when I walked in there, I saw this laying there, and I grabbed it because, you know, it's been a while since I've seen a doll with crocheted clothes. And I loved it, and I snatched it up. And I didn't notice until we were leaving this little thing in there, but I never looked at it because it got put in the bag, set in the truck until I got home to where I could finally film this. Oh yeah, it came on. That is, I am so happy, you guys. That makes me so happy. But also, she had these little porcelain kitties. Now this one, I love. That is just adorable. But I'm assuming that's yarn. And there's even like a little yarn tail. And I told Matt that they just came out with a yarn that is in a circle like that. So it's perfect. And they match. And then he saw this and he said, you have to get this one, honey. This one's cute. But what it is, and I noticed this after I bought it, is another cat with a yarn ball. But have you guys ever seen those old Avon, ooh, I just about done my coffee. Those old Avon perfume bottles? I think that's what this is. I haven't tried this yet, so you guys may watch me break this. But I think it's one of those old Avon bottles. It is. Oh, Lord. Ah, look, it says Avon. Avon Moonwind Clone. Keep out of reach of young children. Avon Incorporated. And you can see how dusty it is. Ew, that was a dead bug. Oh, how cool is that? And I wonder how... I think that's supposed to set like sideways. Is that like that? It's so cute. Okay, and then I found a pack of... She had yarn needles, and I needed some, so I just grabbed them. And they are not blunt tip. They are sharp. Sharp, 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 sharp. I have ink on my hand. And then she had a couple packs of crochet hooks. And I thought, I don't need any more crochet hooks. But I picked up this one, and I haven't opened this yet, but I personally, I cannot think off the top of my head, I don't think I've seen a metal crochet hook that big. Now, plastic ones, yes, and they may have these at Walmart. I don't know. I don't pay attention. But I thought this would be really good. It's boy for blanket yarn. It's a 10 millimeter. Okay, so maybe I have seen it. I don't know. I don't know. I wanted it. It's a big old fat one from blanket yarn, and then it came with a 6.5. I think I have that. That's okay. But I got those. Let's see. We went to 2. And I'm just now realizing I don't think I brought the other bag of stuff that I got. And where it's at. Oh, it's right here. I did bring it. Okay, so the second place we stopped at didn't have a whole lot of, you know, yarn related crochet stuff. I was fine with that. You know, you can't expect that everywhere. But she had a little tub of stuff, and if you watched my last Chattin with Alana, I talked about how I'm starting to get into thread, and you know, not only am I expanding my abilities, but I want to expand yours too. So I found a bag of thread for $2, and I'm not, like, it says 8, size 8 thread. I'm more familiar with 3, 10, 20, and 30. Other than that, I have a 5, I think. So I'm not too familiar with this, but it's just a bag of DMC. It says DMC 8, 10 grams, cotton. If you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but this is British, French. The company. I don't think it's American because it says cotton perlé. Smells mildew. Or not mildew, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Now see, that looks thicker. It looks a little bit thicker than like a size 10 or 3. But I found that, and I picked that up. But then I see an arm in this bag, and as soon as I seen the arm, I thought, I don't care what it is, I'm buying this. So when I show you guys, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. See the arm? That is my curly Q doll. And as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, I'm getting it. I'm not even gonna open it. I'm gonna get it. I did open this because I wanted to know. But this is cute. They're pinned together. If anything, I've got heads that I don't have. Like I don't have any of those heads. But it's a little boy and a little girl. And she, for the most part, I mean, she's even got shorts on them. For the most part, it looks like she did the same thing I did putting these together. So well, maybe not the head. I don't know. I didn't do that with my head. But those are cute. And then the rest of it was more of these little heads. And then that, some ribbon, more of these, the heads, some more ribbon, and then some hands, little hands. And I was like, well, that's a win. I like it. I'll probably use the heads for something else. But that was all I got at that one. Let's see. Okay, so then after that, we went to a little farmer's market deal. And they had, you know, canned food there. And then they had, by canned food, I mean like canned green beans and sauerkraut. We bought sauerkraut, and I love sauerkraut. Oh man, I love sauerkraut. But we got a jar of green beans, and then they had like jellies and things like that, which we can't have. So, but there's this lady that had some things that she had made. She had knitted, and I fell in love with them. She did an amazing job, and we bought some. Oh, I dropped her card. Just a second. Okay. So, she made hats and she made little dolls. And Matt fell in love with them. I fell in love with them. She was just adorable. Yeah. I'm going to show you guys her card in a little bit. But the first thing I got was this little doll that she did. Is that not the cutest thing? See the little arms? I loved it. I said, well, I'm definitely getting that. And that's wool. Like, that is wool yarn. I want to say that is fisherman's wool, maybe. I could totally be wrong, but that's what it looks like. And then Matt got this. Oh, is that pretty? She did an amazing job. Beautiful. And then I fell in love with this one. And I love this because if you guys know, I've got thick hair. I've got a lot of thick curly hair. So I like a beanie that I can put on and then it holds all my hair in it. Look at that. The stitch definition and the tension on all the way through there is perfect. The color combination, amazing job. I loved it. But I got her card because I just had it. Where'd I set it? Oh, here it is. I wanted to give her a little shout out. Her name is Judy Moyer. Hi Judy, if you're watching. I loved you. You're amazing. You're very talented. And she has a little website. I'm going to cover up her phone number because I don't feel comfortable showing that. I don't want to. If I can do this. So Judy Moyer, Custom Knits. And there is her website. So it's P Winger, so PWINGER at, I don't know what that is. Checknet. I don't know what that is. .net. So go on there and check her out and see what she's got. You guys, she was oh, I loved her. She was an amazing girl. Amazing woman. Okay, so after that, we went back to our hotel, and that was kind of all of our Saturday, you know, nothing special. And then Sunday, we got up and we're packed and truck's loaded and we're ready to go. Well, he went in there to talk. He's a yapper. And I sat out in the truck and I was going through my phone. I was doing like a little list. Okay, when we get home, I've got this I need to get done before work Monday. I've got this, you know. So he's in there talking. And I'm like, come on. And then I thought, wait a minute, Hershner's. The longer he stays in there yapping, the more likely by the time we get to Stevens Point, Wisconsin, which was like 3 hours away, Hershner's is going to be open. So stay in there and keep talking, honey. Keep yapping. So finally, I sat in the truck for, I think it may have been like 35, 40 minutes. I think. While he was in there talking. And he's like, he'd come to the truck and, you know, tell me something or hand me something. And we're talking about this. I was like, honey, you stand there and you talk to him all you want to. So he's like, okay. And he goes back in there and talking. And, you know, I'm just doing my little thing on my phone. And I look up and here he comes. And he's carrying 2 Afghans that I told you at the beginning of the story, that the owner of the motel we stayed at, Crest. Hold on just a second. Okay. Ooh, it was Crest Motel in Ashland, Wisconsin. Beautiful. I'm telling you, if you guys want a getaway, you know, if you're closer to that area, maybe a weekend getaway, or, you know, spend some time, just you and your loved one. Oh, go there. It's Crest Hotel in Ashland, Wisconsin. Now, the owner's name is Terry Bernholt, Brenholt. Hi, Terry. And so Terry and her Aunt Sally are the ones that knitted the blankets. But he came walking to the truck and he had his arms full, you know, carrying these knitted Afghans. And I'm like, yes! Thank you, honey. So he said, I picked one out for you, and then I picked one out for me. And I'm like, that's fine. I cannot wait to show these off. She did an amazing job. I'm going to try not to bump my camera. But this is the one he picked out for himself. For himself. But it's like, it's almost like a basket weave. Isn't that pretty? I love the color. Now, she said she used 3 strands, you know, as she went with on the 2 needles, 3 strands. So like if crocheting, we would use 3 strands of 1 yarn. But yeah. Oh, the color choice of this is perfect. You did a great job. Beautiful. Then the one he picked for me is cables. I hope you guys can see it. Is that not pretty? The color choice you use for the Afghan is great. your stitch definition from a crocheter and the consistent tension, perfect. Beautiful. You did amazing. Be proud of yourself. I was so happy when he came walking out with these. I was like, yes! But yes, Terry and Sally. Amazing job, ladies. I am so happy to be able to show you off on my channel. Okay, so after that, we got on the road. We started heading down back to Illinois. And we get to Stevens Point, Wisconsin, and Hershner's had been open for like 20 minutes. And he's like, okay, honey, we're going to stop. And I was like, you know what? You don't have to tell me. I know we don't have a lot of time to shop. I got kind of an idea of what I want to look at. And we'll get what I want to look at, jump on the road, and get home. So I wish I had more. I could have spent all day in there. Now, I don't want to say anything bad about it because I loved it. However, I will say, I have fuzz on my face. I will say it was a little smaller than what I expected. Like, I kind of expected them to have more of a selection of what they have in their catalog or their magazine, their catalog. But they didn't, and that was fine. I mean, I was so excited to even be there. You know, but it was a little smaller than I expected, but that's okay. Well, I got in there and I rushed around and looked at everything I wanted to look at, picked out some stuff, and I was like, all right, honey, I got what we want. Let's go get on the road and get home. So I'm going to show you guys what I got. First thing, we recently, I don't want to say redid, but we got our garage cleaned up and got it set up to where we have our own little set in place with we have a wood stove in there, and we sit by the wood stove, and we have a TV out there and we watch TV. But he will sit out there and watch sports while me and the girls will sit on a table and do a puzzle. Well, Hershner's is famous for their puzzles. So I got puzzles for me and the girls to do. And this is the first one. Now I have to admit, looking at the back of this, I don't know what you guys are going to want to know about this puzzle. I mean, it's 500 pieces. It's made in Kansas City, Missouri. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. It's a puzzle. Of course, I had to get kitties and yarn. But there's that one. And then I kind of thought, you know what? Maybe I should get one that is a little more intricate for us to struggle with. But I got this one. And I know this one's kitties, but where's the yarn? But right there. There's a doily crochet thread. But look at those kitties. Oh, and there's a little fishy. And there's fish on the wallpaper. I didn't even notice that. This looks like one cat that we have. Or two cats, actually. And I don't see my Churchy. Church is, they call him Russian Blues, the all gray cat. That's what he is. What is the blue thing? I think that's a knitted mouse. Right there. I didn't notice that either. Like I said, we were in a hurry, so... Oh, and there is yarn! Yay! Yeah, this one's a 1,000-piece puzzle. But me and my girls can do it. It was so neat. Oh! It's over 3 feet wide. Good Lord. Thankfully, I've got a table that long out there. But, it was so cute. There was, I'm going to say an older husband and wife, probably, if I was guessing, I'd say between 80 to late 80s. A husband and wife, and they were there with their daughter, which I'm going to guess was probably 50s. And they must do puzzles all the time, because I heard her, and I don't mean anything bad by saying this, but when she was talking to others in the store, or she was talking to them, she spoke very loud, which told me that, you know, they had hearing issues. So, and regardless of whether she was talking to them, she still wanted to speak very loud so they could hear what she was saying to others, which I completely understand. You know, my in-laws are, well, my father-in-law, before he passed, you know, he was in his early to mid 80s, and then my mother-in-law is in her, you know, early to mid 80s, and I understand. I would want it. They didn't, or, you know, she doesn't have that hearing issue, but I understand, you know, I'd want to talk that loud too, so they knew what I was speaking about to others, so I understood. So having said that, when she was speaking that loudly, she was saying that that's all they do, is sit and do puzzles together all day, all the time. And she had this shopping cart, and these aren't cheap. These puzzles are not cheap. Go to Hershner's and look up puzzles. They are not cheap. And they had a shopping cart full, not a buggy, Kaylin, shopping cart full of these puzzles, and it was the cutest thing to see them together. I was like, honey, look. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I thought that was adorable. So I got 2 puzzles for me and my girls, and then so in the, when you first walk in, it has a lot of like the fabric stuff and the quilt stuff right at the door. But if you go straight through there, there is another doorway you go through where they have a lot of things on sale or on clearance. Well, they had this DMC, which is the same brand that I had gotten from, well, I guess I can look on here. Where is it from? I don't know. I don't see it. It doesn't say anywhere. But anyway, so these are size... Oh, it is French. It's made in France. See right there? But anyway, they had a bunch of yarn on sale, and like I said, I was in a hurry, so I didn't have time to sit there and think, okay, I can make this out of this, I can make this out of this. I was just like, all right, get that, let's go. So I ended up getting 2 of these little threads. They're both size 30, I believe. I'm pretty sure they are. But it was funny because this one is marked at what I would say is 60 cents, but this one was 4. And I thought, well, you know, I don't know why it's marked at 4, but whatever, I'm just going to get it because I wanted it. And we got to the register, and I told her, I was like, I don't know what was up, but this one's marked at 60 cents, and this one's marked at 4. And she's like, well, you're going to get them both for 60. And I went, yes. So I got 2 things of thread, and then I got these. Now, these are big metal hoops. What are they actually used for? I haven't the slightest clue. This one was $1.70, and I think this one may have been like $1.50. It was $1 something. But being in northern Wisconsin, they are there's a lot of Native Americans, and there's a lot of dream catchers. And I got to thinking, we were standing in line when I grabbed these, waiting to check out, and I got to thinking, and I was like, that is perfect for a dream catcher. So I grabbed them, And I am going to sit down at some point, I don't know when, I am going to sit down and I'm going to design, I just about hit myself in the face with that one. I'm going to design dream catchers for these. I thought that was pretty cool. That to be like my little homage to Wisconsin trip, I'm going to design some dream catchers. So I got those. And then also while we were standing in line, I think I said this in the last Chattin with Alana, what I usually use for stitch markers for my blanket size yarn, because I didn't have any other stitch markers besides one that would fit around 4-weight yarn or thread, whatever. But I happened to see these while we were, wow, that's yellow. Those are actually orange. That's really yellow in the video. But I actually seen these while we were in line waiting, and they are real big ones. And I thought, that's perfect for my blanket yarn. Stitch markers for my blanket yarn. If you guys didn't watch Chattin with Alana 9, I'm designing animals out of baby blanket yarn. So that's why I need some big stitch markers besides the little lobster claw things I was using. But it comes in a little plastic case. Gotta love Clover for that. But look how big that is. That's perfect. Yay! Helpful tip, if you guys have Clover stitch markers, always store them open. Never store them closed. I saw that somewhere. I don't remember why, but I saw it somewhere. And I always done it. I don't know. But 2 more things to show you. And then this video is done, I think. I'm pretty sure. But, so, one thing Hershner's is, that I like Hershner's a lot for, is that they do a lot of putting the yarn and patterns together for you, whether that be, you know, putting together different colors of yarn in packs, and you can buy the packs. They didn't have all of them that they had in their catalog in their store, which that's fine, you know, that wasn't the #1 thing I was there for. The experience was. But they did have 2 packs. One of them I really liked. And it comes with a pattern. I'm not going to show the pattern. I'm not doing that pattern with this yarn, but I am going to show the yarn. I got this yarn, and that is so pretty to me. I love the colors in that. But it is called Hershner's Worsted Stripes yarn. And I think this is new. Not 100%, but I think that's new. This is the colorway Moroccan. And this feels like I have a different, right off the top of my head, Hershner's Worsted 8 comes to mind. This is softer than that. That is a lot softer than Hershner's Worsted 8. But it is 100% acrylic, net weight of 8 ounces, 226 grams. It is 489 yards, 448 meters. They suggest size 7 knitting needles and a size 9, an I, which is a 5.5, right? An I9. Crochet hook, machine wash and dry. I just machine wash and lay flat on a towel. I wouldn't dry it. Made in China, and it's a 4-weight. But I just think that is so pretty. And what I'm going to do, and if you guys that have watched my videos and stuck with me throughout everything, you know that the one thing that I can't let go, I can't get past it, and I can't stop, is when I'm crocheting something with a striped yarn and the color change happens right in the middle of your project. Oh, that is not the biggest, but one of my pet peeves with crocheting. But I got this in the thought that I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to crochet with the color change right in the middle of the project. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna not fight it. I'm not gonna color control. I'm gonna go right through it. But I'm gonna make up an Afghan with this, or a sweater. I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna do something. But I love this, and I'm honestly I'm shocked about how soft it is. I would say it's softer than Red Heart. It's nice. But anyway, so I got that, and then now this one. I'm going to show the pattern because he picked out and he wants me to make this for our, before we get our cabin in Wisconsin on this property. He wants me to make this so we can, have it in our cabin. But this is called the Florentina Afghan. Keep in mind, he picked this out for me to do. That, I just think that is so pretty. It's very busy. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't actually went through the pattern, but to me that looks like what Apache Tears. Is that the stitch? The Apache something. I can't remember what it is. I think that's what this is. And if I've never done that before, but I think that is all single crochet. Right? Wrong? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, this is what he wants me to make. I'm like, okay, honey. But I thought this was cool. I didn't know that Hershner's packs come with a little label, and then it comes with a needle. Now I don't know, I'm assuming you're going to have to sew the label on and then probably embroider your name there. But I can figure it out. Alana may not look like Alana, but it's gonna say Alana. But let me show you the yarn now. Yeah. So this is the pack it came in. This is, I'm just going to pull out one. This is called Hershner's Vintage Collection 2-ply Afghan yarn. This is going to take a while. It's 100% acrylic, net weight of 2 ounces, 52 grams, 220 yards, 201 meters. Machine wash and dry, made in China. At number 2 fine. They recommend a 3.5 millimeter knitting needles, and a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. That is going to take a while. Thanks, honey. I'll get it done. Alright. But that's it. That's it, guys. That is my Indiana Terre Haute and my Terre Haute, Indiana, my Ashland, Wisconsin. Is that Ashland, Wisconsin haul. That is everything I got. I am so happy with your adorable knitted doll and your hats. Amazing. And I am so super happy with this little guy and this girl, which, like I said, keep join my Facebook group, follow me on Instagram, and follow me on Twitter, and I will post pictures after I get her fixed. And I'm gonna set her up somewhere in my room. I love her. She's adorable. And check out Judy Moyers. There you go. thank you, Judy, and thank you, Terry and Aunt Sally. But that's all from me, guys. This video is an hour. Wow. I had a lot to go through, though. Okay, guys, that's it. That's all I've got. Thank you so very, very much for watching. Here's my big hug to you. Don't look at my grays. And subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to do a lot more of these. Got a lot more stuff that we got to talk about that I've got to get to you guys. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think of everything I got. Subscribe, comment, hit that thumbs up. That you guys hitting a thumbs up is a big help. And I think that's it. Check out my description box. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and join my Facebook group, because what you see on YouTube is, you don't really see that there. I mean, you do, but there's other stuff there too. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!